What's going on, everybody? Kevin here with Good Earth Water Gardens. Today we are starting a pondless waterfall here in Weatherby Lake, Missouri. Brand new construction, as you can see here. We have a nice blank slate to work with. Going to chew up a lot of this yard here behind me and turn this into something magical over the next week or so. But we have a 15-foot pondless waterfall. We have a little bit of a natural slope working our way towards the viewing area, but then it also slopes away from the house as well. So we want to kind of reverse the grade to where it tucks back more in this way rather than facing out that direction. So we have a huge pile of dirt here that is left over from some of the previous projects around here. And originally they were thinking about maybe doing some kind of urn or fountain feature over on that side, and just decided after thinking about things a little bit, it was better to do a waterfall over here on this side. So we have some extra dirt that we can use, transfer up here to create the berm with, as well as all the excavation from cutting into the hillside and piling that up there. We also have to keep in mind here, we want to leave a clearance for a walkway coming through here, as this is the only way really out of the basement for any large items. We want to make sure that we're not boxing ourselves in for later. But the idea here is just kind of eat up as much of this hillside space as possible and eliminate some of this yard here and turn this into something much more useful and much more enjoyable. We're going to go ahead and see what kind of excavation we can get taken care of today. Everything all together, this should take us a little over a week. We have a lot of things to do here. We're going to go ahead and jump into this thing. Got a lot of excavation coming out of this hillside here. This berm is going to be nice and big over here, creating a good fall going back for our waterfall, headed back in the direction of the viewing area now. We are wrapping things up here for today. We're able to make some pretty good progress for it being a shorter day. It's able to really kind of flip the terrain here that we have going on to get the pitch headed back towards our viewing area here. We'll be back with a full crew and full day tomorrow. See you guys then. Day 2, back at it here. We have David Tran working on getting this irrigation line out of the way, because as always, if there's irrigation in your ground, we're going to find it and we're going to hit it and destroy it. So in that case, we go ahead and just take the irrigation, we cut it back, pull it out of the ground, and we'll have your friendly irrigation company come out and take care of that little problem here for us. Anyway, getting back on track here, gonna go ahead and finish excavating the rest of our hillside here, just kind of getting the profile of the grade, kind of where I want it in just the general sense. And then we will go ahead and excavate for our reservoir, see if we can get that thing installed, and possibly start setting some of our rocks, working our way up into the waterfall and stream area. We are coming along here, getting to a stopping point here for today. Making some really good progress. We have our reservoir in, it is all filled up. We're gonna kind of make sure that all of our big rocks are secure, probably go ahead and put a little foam in place, make sure we're locking those things in, and we will be back in the morning tomorrow, see where we can get to on this waterfall. I'm gonna get out of here, set this last rock, see you in the morning.
Day 3, taking over for the vlog today. David, Kevin's not here, so we just gotta do a couple things, tidying up. But main focus today is to wrap up this reservoir, put a little dry creek in here, finish a couple things down in this area, but other than that, should be rocking and rolling.
So now David is gonna hop up in that machine and we're gonna finish rocking this out like he said. And I'm gonna go get some gravel and everything like that, and let's see how this turns out. Alrighty, so I'm back up here in front of the house where all of our rock is stayed, and I got to try to pick the best rocks for this reservoir. I want the rocks to be a little bit lower profiled because I don't want it to block the view of my waterfall. And then I may or may not have to cut into this pallet over here or something like that.
We are working on getting our waterfall constructed today. Got some outcroppings need to kind of situate and take care of before we work our way up the hillside here too much, because once we move the machine back, I really don't have any access to these lower parts. So I want to make sure all of our large rocks are set before we get too far ahead of ourselves here. and then we will see if we can get up onto the next tier later on this afternoon. Got a full day. Jordan's gonna have to go pick out some materials here in a little bit, so we need to get some things done here before he gets going. Gonna go ahead and jump into things, and we will see where we can get to here today. It's time to get out of here. Had a very productive day. We're able to make a lot of headway here on this waterfall and just the outcroppings and all the pieces around. So very pleased with how everything went. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if our cards fall right, we can see some water running on this thing before the weekend. We're gonna go ahead and get this waterfall wrapped up. I am working on getting a few things foamed in. We have the last of the rocks set. We're gonna have a little ways to go to finish up next week as far as getting all the edge work, and just there's some rocks, some steppers, and some other things we need to get taken care of, but we're looking really good as far as the waterfall goes. We're about to fire this thing up here, so that is gonna be awesome. Great way to end the week. We'll go ahead and wait until Monday to show you guys what we have here, but it's time to fire this thing up. Day 6, it is Monday. We are back from the weekend. We have David Tran back here today. We are working on kind of getting our dirt graded around here. Have this big old pile back here, fortunately, that we are able to access. So I'm working on getting that all scraped up, spread around where we want to, just to get this berm feathered out a little bit more, and the rest of our edges kind of blended in and tucked into place. And then we are gonna go ahead and work on our steps. We have our steps in here today. Gonna go ahead and get the rest of this dirt all graded around here on the back of the berm, and we will see what we can get done. We should be able to get the lights all hooked up, and hopefully we'll be in a position to finish this thing up either tomorrow or Wednesday. Finishing up here for today, we made some really good progress. Waterfall is running. We were able to get our stairs all in, pretty much the rest of the outcropping rocks. We've got a little bit more we're gonna bring in. Dirt is pretty well graded around. We should get very close to finishing things up tomorrow. This job is turning out spectacular. Cannot wait to have completely finished and show you guys what everything looks like. And really, after they get some landscape around here, it's gonna look even better. So we're heading out. I'll see you guys in the morning. Day 7, back at it here. We are working on getting the last of the dirt graded around. Our edges all situated here. Got a little ways to go. A few more rocks on this side over by the stairs. We were able to get the stairs in yesterday, and I think they look awesome. Really glad that we changed. Originally we were gonna use like a moss rock or some kind of sandstone for the steps. And when I was at the rock yard, I saw these things, and I just like the way the texture kind of blends a lot better with the granite boulders that we have versus kind of having two clashing styles. Switching to this material here works a little bit better, a little more seamless in transition. Anyway, guys are picking up materials right now. They should be here shortly. We're gonna work on getting as much as we can done here today. Hopefully we'll get to mulching some later, but if not, at least we'll get everything else wrapped up, and then we will see about getting this thing all finished up tomorrow. Got a lot to do. Gonna go ahead and jump into things, see what we can get done here. We're getting close here, wrapping up for today. Things are coming along quite nicely. Really love the way this whole feature is turning out. We will be back in the morning. See you then. Day 8.
It is now Friday instead of Wednesday when we were originally supposed to be finishing this up. But as you can see, we've got plants here. That's a little bit different from our normal setup this year. Haven't been doing a whole lot of planting anywhere, but just because this is really close to Grass Pad, one of our nurseries, and we did have to move a couple plants in to get them out of the way of the walking path that's going through here so we'd have enough space. So when we added those couple plants, it just looked really weird not filling the rest of it in. So we are doing a little audible here, and we're gonna go ahead and get this thing all planted up with some basic plants. So it is looking dressed up and pretty awesome. And we'll show you everything when we get all finished up here. As you can see behind me here, we have a waterfall that is completely finished, looking awesome. And we also have plants going around it too, which we haven't done a whole lot of this year just because we haven't had any time. So I'm pretty excited about that. Things are looking really good around here. They're gonna be able to enjoy this thing over the weekend. We'll show you the final feature.
Crew did a fantastic job, and I want to turn it over to the homeowners and see what they think about the waterfall.
We are so excited about our waterfall. It has been amazing every minute. I don't know why we didn't do it when my husband told me we should do it 10 years ago. We had this huge hill back here, and you couldn't walk it, you couldn't mow it, dogs rolled down it, so we decided we should probably do something nice. Now, I had a vision, but this is beyond my expectations of what we were gonna get. And so I was thinking like a little stream and waterfall and maybe some pebbles, and we have boulders and double waterfall, and it's just awesome. So we come out here every night and view it, and we actually have people now, we have the destination spot, and people want to come to our house and just hang out and watch the waterfall. Cool thing about the waterfall is that we actually have multiple places that we're able to view it. So we have our fire pit here, we have our patio, upstairs, actually that's the view, is from upstairs looking down. And so everybody wants to come over and hang out upstairs and look down at the waterfall, just mesmerized. And then we have our dining area over here too, so it's positioned exactly, we can see it from every vantage point. And I remember standing out here with Dan and Kevin and them pretending like they were trees and they were waterfalls and making sure that we can see it from every angle, and we can, and it's amazing. The only downfall I can see with this is that we don't want to leave anymore. So we live in a lake community. My husband has hot rod, motorcycle, every toy you can possibly imagine, and we just don't do any of those things anymore because we love hanging out here at the waterfall. We have our friends that come in from Kansas. We're always like, hey, come over, you know, or we'll say, we'll go to your house. And they're like, no, we'll just come and hang out by the waterfall. We need a chill night. The backdoor neighbors, they all love us because they can see it, and they are looking at the view from their yard, whether it's our side door neighbor, our back door neighbor, and they're like, that is amazing. Thank you for doing this for us. It was really for us. We've had a lot of work done out here, landscaping, contractors, you name it. But these guys, let me just tell you what, they brought their own porta potty because they didn't want to come into our house. Every night when they left, you couldn't even tell anybody was here. The gate was back up to make sure our dogs didn't get out. There was no water bottles left behind. Then I find out that my neighbors said they went to everybody and put a hang tag saying, hey, we're gonna be doing some work, so apologies if our trucks are in the way, let us know, we'll move them. Who does that? I've never heard of such a thing before. And so we're like, not only did we get an awesome waterfall, but we didn't make anybody mad by having construction workers here. So I'd say if anybody's thinking about a water feature, absolutely go with these guys. They're gonna spec it out for you and help you understand, you know, what are you looking for? How do you want it to look? And really even just putting it into your yard and you can visually see how it's gonna come about. But also I'll say, it doesn't just work automatically. There's things you have to do. And the cool thing is, going with local guys, they can come right back and do that for you. So we've had it really maintained, made the landscaping look amazing as part of it. They're a full service package, and I highly recommend you do all of those things.
Can't thank you enough for taking the time to give us a little on-video testimonial here.
Yeah.
And I am thrilled that you and Doug have really enjoyed the feature in your backyard. And I always love coming back here and just looking at it, seeing how the landscaping and the flowers have all evolved too. And if you ever need an extra guest to come by, don't be a stranger.
Yeah.
Give me a holler too, and we'll be happy to come out and keep you guys company.
You are welcome anytime. Cool.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That was
great.
fun.
Yeah.
Now, Tran, get back over here.
I ain't doing nothing.
Yes, you are. No, come back here.
No.
So annoying. By the way, Tran, this is his first time being in the excavator. Well, he had a little practice yesterday, but today is his first time that me and him build the water feature. So go easy on him. If it looks bad, Tran, I know you're terrible at building water features, but if it looks bad, we'll just blame him. Sound good? Sounds good to me. Is that right?